5 weather with Alan Rose.
And welcome back, everyone. I want to start out with the satellite radar composite, and it's a little bit deceiving here because we see quite a bit of green as expected this afternoon across the mountains. But really, this is a mix of what we call wet and dry thunderstorms. A lot of this moisture is in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, maybe about 20 to 30,000 feet above the surface. So even though we're seeing rain, a lot of this is evaporating before hitting the ground. The good news here, not tracking a lot of lightning with these storms, because that threat for the dry lightning, as that increases, we know that can spark more wildfires. Now, as we zoom in a little bit closer to home, right here across the Arkansas River Valley, just west of Canyon City, we have a storm coming down out of Park County, moving into the mountains here of Fremont County. So out towards Echo and Texas Creek, could see a few showers, maybe some downpours here in the next, say, 10 to 15 minutes. Doesn't look like we're seeing lightning with this storm. So again, that is a good thing. Right now in downtown Colorado Springs, we have hazy skies, smoke out there once again. I mentioned earlier in the newscast, we're actually a little bit cooler today thanks to the smoke, the haze, and the cloud cover blocking out the sun. Right now, checking in at 89 degrees. Take you up to Canyon City, one of our newer sky cams. Not as smoky as yesterday, but still a lot of smoke and particulate matter from the fires here in Fremont County. 92 degrees outside. And look at Woodland Park, very smoky and hazy here. Hard to point it out, but this right here is Pikes Peak, 73 degrees with humidity running at about 20%. So are there any changes to this smoke forecast? Let me take you hour by hour here with the modeling. You can see it moves back to the west overnight. Let's get a little bit of an east breeze, so maybe thinning out early this evening, but it's expected to move back in with high pressure overhead. There's a sinking air mass pretty much remaining stagnant on Monday. So I think Monday is going to be a lot like what we saw over the weekend. Finally, Tuesday into Wednesday, as we start to see some more moisture move into the area, should see a little less of that smoke and haze. But overall, still watching this nearly permanent ridge of high pressure, not really moving all that much over the past week. Not expected to move that much over the next couple of days, keeping the hot highs and those hazy skies in our southern Colorado weather. So as we look ahead to Monday, we'll start out with some cloud cover, also some smoke and haze, and then we'll look to the mountain areas for maybe a slightly better chance of some thunderstorms as that high does drift maybe a little bit south and open up the door for some of that mid-level moisture. Again, a mix of those wet and dry thunderstorms, and more than likely it's going to stay west of I-25. Now today, unofficially 92 in the Springs. That means we've hit 43 days in the 90s this year. That's 11 days above the average, and we are now third in terms of that all-time leaderboard. We were under 100 today in Pueblo, but 19 days into the triple digits so far this year. That's above the average by 5 days. So your lows tonight after such a hot day again were mild, seasonably mild, with many areas only cooling down to the 60s. Highs tomorrow pretty much on target with what we've seen over the weekend. And again, potential record-setting heat for the Springs. Staying hot and hazy through Tuesday, but you see it there. We start to get some moisture maybe Wednesday, Thursday, and then a cold front brings some cooler weather and better chances for rain by the upcoming weekend. For Pueblo, triple-digit heat Monday, cooling down gradually after that. Could even see some 80s by next Saturday. Canyon City, 90s here for at least 3 or 4 more days. Then back down to the 80s with better chances for rain heading into the weekend. Woodland Park will see 80s here on Monday with a PM storm possible. Better chances for rain in the mountains, though, as we head towards the middle to end of next week. Andy?